Moon Griffon Show, great to have you with us as we rock and roll. It is already Friday Eve for people like Brandon, who thinks the best day to work week is on Friday. So,
you going to disagree with me that tomorrow is not the best day of the work week?
Yeah, tomorrow it's got a lot of awesome stuff to it. Not only do you get pay raise, we got a new president coming in at the end of this program tomorrow, which is a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. Trust me, folks. Anyway, great to have you with us. Now, I got a gentleman on here who's never been on this program before. Senator John Kennedy joins us. Senator Kennedy, how you doing, man? By the way, we were laughing off the air with Senator Kennedy because I said I'm trying not to call you state treasurer. I'm doing the best I can, so I wrote it down, John. You'd be glad to know that. Congratulations, man. I know it's probably been a hit the road running because I look up you on TV already interviewing some of Trump's nominees for his cabinet.
Yeah, Moon, listen, I think the president-elect has nominated some really good people. A lot of the Democrats are trying to throw stones at them. That's okay. They're not hitting them. They're going to be our nominees. The president-elect's nominees are all going to be approved, in my opinion. And he's got some good ones: Ben Carson, Jeff Sessions, all the others that you've seen on TV. Rex Tillerson for Secretary of State.
That guy was impressive, by the way. That guy was very impressive. The guy for Tulsa was very impressive.
We had a reception this morning for all the folks who've come up from Louisiana over at one of the nearby off-site clubs, and geez, there must be a couple hundred people who've come up. I mean, I'm excited. It's a new day for America. It's a fresh start, and I'm just excited to be here. It's good to know that some things haven't changed. You're still picking on Brandon, and that's a good sign.
That's a daily occurrence. All that off the air, by the way, John. I'm sorry. There we go. See, almost said it.
Yep,
United States Senator John Kennedy joins. Hey, John, describe something to us. You go from being a state treasurer, boom, you're there, boom, all the stuff, and you're on TV. All of a sudden, you're on national TV and questioning people that's going to be in the cabinet. It had to be. I gotta believe that was a little nerve-wracking. I just gotta believe that the nerves were going. My God, this is a big stage.
You better believe it was.
Yeah, I gotta believe
it was. I mean, and sometimes you gravitate between being nervous and having to pinch yourself.
Sure.
And think, am I really here? But I'm gradually getting used to it. I've met a lot of my fellow senators. I haven't met every one of them yet, but I plan to, and I plan to get to know them. I've gotten to know already Rand Paul. He sits next to me on the Senate floor.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Alexander. Who else? Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
We were up all night the other night voting. We started about 5 o'clock. The Democrats started offering amendments to a bill that would start the process of abolishing Obamacare.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we had to defeat every amendment.
Sure.
But we finished all the amendments about, 1:30 in the morning, and we took our vote and took the first step to get rid of Obamacare. Nobody's going to be thrown off their insurance. The Democrats are spreading that rumor. It's just not true.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to allow Obamacare to expire until we have a new, better health insurance system to replace it with, and that will come over the next few months.
United States Senator John Kennedy joins us. John, question I have for you on that. Everybody's worried about the ones losing their Obamacare. What about us guys in the private sector that pay a single plan? My policy, and I can send it to you if you want to take it to the floor, is right at $32,000 a year. It's unaffordable.
Unbelievable.
You know what I did? Tanya goes to get Maddie's medicine. She's got because of seizures. And I told Brandon this. It broke my $2,800 check out of my pocket. This will be every month, John. This is Obama and what they've done to me. My question to you guys, and this is kind of a tough question, kind of broad, I guess, but it's to the point, is that what do I do? All I need is to be able to get in a pool of people in the same thing I'm in, of individuals, small companies. I guarantee we could pool 20 to 40,000 people in Louisiana and let us buy into that pool. My insurance would be lower than what they have in the company that I work with here in Lafayette, because it would be a lot more people. Why can't I do that in the next couple months? Because God knows this is going to break me.
Well, as usual, Moon, you hit the nail on the head. All the political rhetoric and the media are focusing on who's going to lose their insurance.
Yeah, what about us?
The real question is, what about the people who have to have insurance now through Obamacare and who are getting screwed?
You're talking to one of them.
Real issue.
You're talking to one.
That's the vast majority of Americans.
But they don't write about us.
What you just described, which would help, is prohibited by Obamacare, and that's why we're repealing Obamacare.
Yeah. I want to pay my insurance. I've always paid. I've never had a problem. I got a special need daughter. The medicine and all that stuff's always been high. It's like I tell people, I bet I have a lot of debt because I got it, and that's fine. That's my walk in life. I'm good with it. But man, don't pound me like you're doing. And boy, I'm getting pounded right now. It's just we don't even know what to do right now. It's kind of how do we do it next month? Because $2,800 a month in drugs, John, we got a problem here.
No question, Moon, and we're going to try to fix that.
Yeah.
We are going to fix that.
I think they will.
And you really make a good point because all the news media is focused on, well, you know what, poor people are going to lose their insurance.
That's
well,
correct.
no poor people are going to lose their insurance, but an equally important issue is what about all the people who are getting up every day, going to work, obeying the law, paying their taxes, and they're getting screwed by Obamacare.
Well,
I mean, they're paying $30,000-$40,000 for health insurance, and seen the price go up every year.
Well, if you need somebody to come address a Senate committee, I'm your guy because I got a special need child, pre-existing condition, who was doing great before this president entered the force. I was doing fine with what we were doing, and all of a sudden it's a problem. United States Senator John Kennedy, my special guest. Hey, John, the inauguration, there's a lot of parties and stuff like that, but what have we been reading about, and you may have insight on this, you may not, is that Donald Trump's got the pen ready to go on his executive orders and start ripping some of this trashy stuff that's been done the last 8 years.
He is. He's going to start getting rid of a lot of these rules and regulations. We're going to have more legislation of our own to do that. Some of it the president can do on his own. We're going to start. We've already started repealing Obamacare. We're going to get started on lowering taxes. I mean, it's just an exciting time to be around here. We've got an opportunity here, man. We're not going to blow it.
No, that's the big thing. And I know you may not get any detail on this either. I heard there's a lot of talk of tax reform too, really making less brackets so people can keep more of the money and businesses can go out there and make things happen.
Well, I get nervous, and you're right. They talk about tax reform. I get a little nervous when they say tax reform because the kind of tax reform that people talk about in Louisiana, like Governor Edwards, is another word for tax increase.
I know.
I'd rather just talk about cutting taxes. That's what I'm interested in doing. Every time John Bell talks about tax reform, more money comes out of my pocket and your pocket and Brandon's pocket.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. By the way, though, he's visited with the Pope, so him and John Hilario, maybe something good will come out of that. Who knows? United States Senator John Kennedy, my special guest. Well, John, what's the plans? I mean, we're basically 1 day away and a couple hours away from the president being sworn in.
Look, the president's going to be sworn in at noon. The Senate is going back into session tomorrow afternoon. We're going to start taking votes on his cabinet nominees. We're going to approve them. I think we're going to do 3 tomorrow, and we're just going to keep going until we get them all done. The American people have decided they won't change in Washington. They've given us a Republican president, a Republican Senate, and a Republican House. And if we don't deliver, they ought to throw all of us out.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, just speaking for one voter and one senator, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all talked the talk. It's now time to walk the walk, man.
John, I got to believe that he will announce his Supreme Court nominee next week. I may be pushing it a little bit, but it's time to go ahead and get it. I don't know if he's had it up, but would you think it would be that quick?
It wouldn't surprise me. He said he's going to be quick. The president-elect doesn't look to me like he's a man that fools around. I mean, he's a guy of action. I expect it not next week. He'll announce it within the next few weeks. I sit on the Judiciary Committee. As soon as he announces his nominee, we will start holding confirmation hearings. They'll be bloody. I can tell you whoever he nominates, the liberals will oppose.
Well, you know, you got
to be our job on the Judiciary Committee to defend him and protect him.
Yeah, I gotta believe that. Once again, you got thrown in the fire. You're gonna sit on the Judiciary Committee of the Supreme Court nominee, and so you're gonna be right there. It's gonna be extensive coverage.
I mean, I was in my second day here. I was, as I say, I was appointed to the Judiciary Committee. We started having confirmation hearings on Senator Jeff Sessions.
Yep, I remember it.
Who the president-elect has nominated for Attorney General. He's a great guy, great lawyer, great senator, will be a great attorney general. The liberals on the committee, mostly from the West Coast and the East Coast, started throwing stones at him. You know what they don't like about him? When you strip away all the rhetoric, what they really don't like about him, he's from the South.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do like about him. He's from Mobile. He's practically a Louisianian.
Yeah, well,
he's going to be a great attorney general.
But will he get some crossover Democrat votes? Normally, Supreme Court will get crossover votes.
We're gonna get some crossover votes because there are a lot of Democrats up for re-election in 2 years in the U.S. Senate in states that Donald Trump carried. So they're kind of looking over their shoulder a little bit.
Well, good.
And I think we're going to get more Democratic votes than people realize.
Yeah. Well, do me a favor. Have a lot of fun. I've been to one inauguration. It was about 25 degrees. There was snow everywhere. I froze to death. But I hear the weather's going to be kind of nice. So have a good time. Kind of keep us up to date.
We're going to have a good time. Now, Moon, I'm going to take you up on that offer you made to testify in front of the Senate.
And I
want a little time to get them prepared. Okay? I can't just thrust you onto them. Right? It'll shock them too much.
Hey, remember, just tell them this. My motto is, what I'm saying is not ugly, it's honest. All right, John. Best of luck. God bless. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Moon. God bless you.
United States Senator John Kennedy, the guy who worked hard to be there. He's lost 2 or 3 Senate races. He is now the United States Senator. By the way, he beat a guy named Bananas Foster. We'll take a break. I'll be right back. Yeah, man, about a little bit over 25 and a half hours, we will have a new president. And the worst thing that ever happened here, by far, will be gone. Thank you, Jesus. 844-766-6607. Hickson has it hotline. This is the Moon Griffon Show, if you'd like to be part of the program. And I just trying to figure out what did Obama accomplish to make our country better? Race relationships? The economy? The borders are protected? What? Iran's going to get nuclear weapons now? We screwed the definition of marriage. We got men going in women's bathrooms. What did he accomplish? Unbelievable. Anyway, 844-766-6607. All right, Donald Trump to be sworn in, 45th president tomorrow. All right, they did a little montage of what people said about Trump when he announced that he was running. Folks, we're going to have this on my Facebook at Moon Griffon. This is a must hear. This is what everybody was saying when Trump announced that he was running.
Running for president of the United States.
There are no words. How do you even have a straight face right now? There are no words to describe what just happened.
Ed Rendell, do you have any doubt that this is anything more than a carnival show?
And you watch that speech today, we all laugh about it, and I'm sitting here laughing out loud, for the entire, front part of the show here as we're talking about it.
I mean, it was a rambling mess of a speech. That said, it was very entertaining. I was howling.
He's got gumudgeons of money, he's got a lot of recognition, and he just became the 12th presidential candidate for the Republican Party. Is it typical Donald Trump fashion, or is it hilarity run amok?
This morning, some Republicans say they're worried Trump will turn the campaign into a circus.
Party leaders worry Trump's presence will turn the primary into a joke.
America's largest Latino civil rights organization called Trump an exceedingly silly man.
Donald Trump is a fool.
Hell froze over, and now we're stuck in the ice with Donald Trump.
Chuck, you and I have seen this public dance from Trump before. I guess the question is this candidacy for real? Will it be significant?
Not at all.
It's like I can't tell if this is politics.
It's your favorite
or
Moon.
If this is just PR from a celebrity.
For the National Press Corps and other elites, Donald Trump's campaign is a pure vanity exercise and a target ripe for outright mockery or low-level derision.
On the one hand, he's a late-night joke.
Half an hour, the most beautifully ridiculous jibber-jabber.
On the other, he's the proverbial skunk at the garden party. How does the Republican Party handle a political streaker who knows how to get attention?
Sadly, the biggest buzz surrounds Donald Trump. How to take Donald Trump? Well, consider the newspapers this morning, at least the tabloids. The Daily News considers Trump a clown. The New York Post considers Trump a rich guy who could make it to the White House.
I do not hate Donald Trump, but I do not take him seriously. I thought, everything that was garish and ridiculous about him was fully on display.
I wouldn't.
Unconventional? Will people who love him love it? Yeah, but will it get him anywhere close to becoming the nominee or the president of the United States? I think not.
I think there is a vein for him to tap, and he's going to get some serious votes. He can't win, but he can get a lot of votes.
He can't win at all.
No one expects Trump to get close to winning the nomination.
Not even going to get close.
That doesn't mean that they're happy he's in.
I mean, this is the problem with Donald Trump for Republicans. Of course, he's not going to win.
Nope,
he probably
never.
will make
Mark
the main
Lamont
stage. He'll be
Hill.
one of the top 10 vote getters just because of name recognition and our obsession with stardom. The problem is he's going to be a flamethrower. He has nothing to lose.
But he says the most provocative things, like when Mexico sends its people, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some I assume are good people. What is your strategy, and how can you succeed when you say things like that?
Well, you can't. Again, Gail, the question is, how can you become president? You can't by saying things like that.
Can
we stipulate for the purposes of this conversation that Donald Trump will never be president of the United States?
Never. I'll never be a millionaire. You always say something will never happen, Brandon. It always does. I'll never be a millionaire, Brandon. I'll never be worth millions. Folks, I got it on my Facebook at Moon Griffon. You got to watch it to appreciate that much ignorance from the left. The crazies out. They dancing in pencils. I feel nasty. The LGBT community, just filthy. Nasty dancing. Oh, and that's normal. That's normal. But listen to them, folks. Listen to them. Look into everything they said. Backfired 100%. The elitists. God, the Lord laughs at elitists. The Lord makes fun of the people who think they're so smart. He always has laughed at the world. The world views of people who think they're so smart. And they're so wrapped up in their ignorance and stupidity. They can't see the truth, and they never will. They never will. People that think Obama was a great president, they don't even have a chance of seeing the truth. And God makes a mockery of people who think they're so wise. We'll take a break. You're listening to the fun-filled, lovable Moon Griffon Show. We'll be right back. Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the Grand Funk Railroad. Oh, I'm sorry.
I figured you'd like
a little intro for Brandon. Anyway,
hopefully your brother was listening.
It probably was. 844-766-6607, Hickson Has It hotline. Like to be part of the program, it's on the Hickson Has It hotline. We'll be there next week on the 24th, Hickson Autoplex in beautiful Alexandria, Louisiana. Jump gears, Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. We ain't heard from him in a while. Good to hear from you, Billy.
I've been working, my friend. How you doing?
Well, I hope you have. I trust you have. By the way, you going to inauguration? Or you're not going?
No, we've got a tourism trip to France to promote these new direct flights. And then I go next week to that, and I get back one day, and then I go to Washington to take part in the Mardi Gras Ball, but also to meet with 60 different tourism officials in Washington to talk about international travel around the United States. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big market for us in the coming years.
Yeah, tell us what's going on right now. I know there's a lot of things going on. Got to the end of the year, new president, all that stuff. I don't know how it really affects Louisiana yet. But from a tourism standpoint, I know you're trying to do a few things a little different than we were doing.
Well, it's very difficult to me to go to Baton Rouge and fight for my budget when we cutting special needs children. Mm-hmm. We're not fixing the roads. How do I go stand there with a straight face and say, don't cut my budget? So we started looking around the country and say, we got to do something different. We can't keep going asking the taxpayers. We're going to form a Culture, Recreation, and Tourism Foundation. And we're going to use all these great assets in Louisiana, working with local entrepreneurs and business people to develop some things and bring millions into this foundation and help fund our museums, parks, culture, recreation, and tourism. The lieutenant governor's budget's been cut over 50% over the last 10 years.
Wow.
We've got the culture, the French heritage, all these great programs that have been eliminated, and the communities have done a great job with donations in bridging that gap. But we own 500 acres on Lake Pontchartrain. We're going to get somebody to build a hotel and conference center, put that in the foundation, take a percentage of the gross sales and a minimum rental pet. We'll bring millions into that foundation.
Now, by the way, stop right there, Billy, because you made a point. You said you're going to have somebody come in and build it. Talk a little bit about that. This is not government actually doing it as much as private sector coming in.
Absolutely. We don't want to be in the business. We want to partner with good people, hopefully good Louisiana people, and we want them to do whatever makes sense to bring more people in the state parks and bring revenue in. For instance, in Alabama, a company went in and put zip lines. They brought in $500,000 to the state park system there. We're going to be looking to do that. They've put in water slides, stables for horses to do horseback riding. And as we promote the great outdoors of Louisiana, fishing, things we've never really promoted on a statewide level, we're going to do that this year. It's a great opportunity to just kick those state parks up a notch and do other things in them, and do it with local business people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Billy Nunn, guest, our Lieutenant Governor, of course, special guest on the program. Well, Billy, I know there's all kind of things. Budgets have been cut. What is it the goal? Not the goal. What you do as Lieutenant Governor, is it mostly about attracting people from out of the state here, or is it also attracting people all over the state? Like if I leave in Lafayette and decide to go to Monroe or go fish down in Plaquemine Parish, I mean, we need to promote inside the state too, but what's more important for the state? New money totally outside the state? I'm just asking, how does that work?
You're absolutely right. We have never really promoted in-state travel. To get the people that catch a redfish down in Venice to go catch a bass in Toledo Bend, to get the people from south to go see Poverty Point, and the people up north to go see Avery Island. The law allows me to use 10% of the budget to in-state travel. We're too quick to jump in the car and go to the Gulf Coast. So we want to promote in-state, and because of limited funds, we're going to start an ambassador program.
Yeah.
And we're going to get our residents to sign up and tell me all the great things to do in your community, and then we're going to take those pictures and those stories and push them all out all over the
But the only reason I was thinking, just think if you're living in Monroe and you decide you want to do some fishing, but you decide to go to Arkansas, when if somebody would have been telling you about Hackberry or Plaquemine Parish or, you know what I'm saying, telling people about some of those areas, they might say, you know what, instead of going to Arkansas this year, let's go down south of Lake Charles and down south of Sulphur and do a little fishing and hang out, duck hunt, whatever. And I just thought, you know, they got people that go out of state to deer hunt and to do things when we have a lot to do in Louisiana. I just thought that'd be neat instead of bring back some of that money. It's probably millions of dollars, I'm sure it is. Bring back some of those millions in the state of Louisiana so they kind of got to know what's going on.
Moon, you need to come work with me.
I'm helping you now, brother. I'm helping you now.
You know, last week I met with the deer hunters in Louisiana, and we've got 11 facilities that do paid deer hunts with great prize deer, and you pay $400 to go hunt a deer in Texas. So we're meeting with them, and we're going to help promote those facilities because if you come spend a few days deer hunting, you might bring your wife and kids and see other parts of the state. So you're absolutely right. You just we got a great team, and we're rolling up our sleeves, and we're going to do all we can to promote every inch of this state, both inside and out.
Yeah.
And
you know but just what you talked about, hunting trips. I've seen them on TV. There'll be people from Louisiana hunting somewhere else. Somebody that's got a little money and wants to do a paid trip, maybe to get the kid or somebody to shoot a deer. If you're having that here now, and you got trophy lakes, and people can catch speckled trout and redfish. And by the way, we're talking about fishing and hunting, but they got sightseeing and all that kind of stuff too. The place out of, I just came across, I didn't even know anything about it, Lake Morton, right here in Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. I didn't realize a beautiful fishing lake and all. They hunt, but there's a lot of people that go sightseeing and all that stuff out there. I didn't even realize that. Somebody told me about it. I went over there and looked at it. Beautiful little place.
Bird watching is really big. If you go to LouisianaTravel.com, you can see our new commercials for this year. This year is the 100-year anniversary of the National Park System. The federal government's going to spend an obscene amount of your tax dollars to tell you to see the great outdoors of America. So we're going to piggyback on that and talk about the great outdoors of Louisiana. We are the sportsman's paradise. Where else can you catch a fish in the morning and a pair of Mardi Gras beads at night?
Yep.
So we're going to talk about all unique things you can do along with the outdoors that you can't do anywhere else, and really promote the great outdoors of Louisiana.
I just think it's a good thing to promote outside. Everybody wants tourism to come from outside, but keeping tourists here, I think it's also a very important thing, and I think you're on the right track with that because that's something that's very important. Billy Nungesser, our state lieutenant governor, is with us right now. Anything else you want to add, Billy?
Yeah, I tell you, this year we brought Dick Clark Productions. Instead of turning off your TV at midnight in New York, we still have an hour, and we were able to sign a 3-year deal. To now, those 50 million people are watching that fleur-de-lis drop in New Orleans. And when you're thinking about your New Year's resolution and where you might go on vacation next year, you can't buy that entertainment. I mean, that kind of exposure. So that was a great event we kicked off this year, and that's a 3-year commitment that 50 million people that watched that ball drop in New York are now watching in Louisiana and thinking about where they may go this year. That's a great exposure, something we've never done before, and we were able to entice them to bring that party to Louisiana.
All righty. Billy Nungesser, of course, of our Lieutenant Governor. Hey, Billy, we'll do it again. I'm glad you got some new ideas out there, especially with the in-state stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I like those ideas. I'm keep them coming, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it. All right, got to take a break. More to come, the Moon Griffon Show. By the way, if you want to see how bad Trump can never be president, God just misused the elitists, you go to my Facebook, Moon Griffon, friends, Moon Griffon on my Facebook. You will be glad you did. You'll get to watch what you heard. It is hilarious. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Nancy Pelosi, boy, the one that said, if you want to see what's in the health care bill, you got to pass it. Because she didn't even know what was in the health care bill. Anyway, hi, y'all all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. As we rock and roll, 844-766-6607. Hey, I'm just being honest with you. I mean, they have no clue. What do you think's really going on in their minds? I mean, they are nutting up like you've never seen, folks. And this is the way it's going to be. I wish people who claim they're independent or they're Democrat, but they think for themselves, you can't see the craziness of the Democrats and the left. I mean, crazy. Looney Tunes. Big time Looney Tunes. You can't see that. I mean, how can you not see how crazy these people are? Last night, and by the way, wait till I get to the CNN deal. Last night, there was a party at Pence's house. LGBT activists host a dance party outside the VP-elect's Chevy Chase's rental. Days before Trump administration going in. Brandishing rainbow flags and sign that read queer love. And trans power, scores of activists marched Wednesday night toward Vice Presidential-elect Mike Pence's rental home in D.C. So, folks, did you see any of this? I mean, this is the Democrat Party out there for anybody with any common sense to see. You support that? You really support this Obama and this Democrat Party? Really? If you can watch this and not say, they're Looney Tunes. They're Looney Tunes. These people are crazy. This is mental illness on display. People that really need some help. And the Democrat Party takes them on, hugs them, tell them vote for us. The Democrat Party, the party of filth. It's just become the party of filth. I mean, you can watch this and say this stuff is normal. Normal. I don't see how you can live with yourself and think it's not nothing normal about what these people are doing. Go dance in front of Pence. Then they're interviewing people. Well, we like to dance. And we dance in front of Pence. We're not doing anything wrong. We just dance. I'm going, oh, Jesus. Wow. Then you pick up stuff like Nancy Pelosi. He's not going to be president, Brandon. Did you know that? Can you play that one more time? Do you mind pulling that up one more time for me? I just want to hear Nancy, who told us vote for the health care bill if you want to find out what's in it. We voted for it, and now we're trying to get rid of it. We found out what was in it, and people that go to work and work hard are getting trashed while we worry about the few 30 million people wouldn't have any insurance. What about the people losing it? Because I don't know what else to do. And by the way, when I say that, I'm not asking for a handout at all. I'm saying I really don't know what to do. I had somebody tell me the other day when I was telling them about this money that we're having to pay out to John. How would you like to go and all of a sudden you get a $2,800 bill in the mail that you're going to know you can pay it every month? A month. The guy said, you're laughing. I said, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to cry about it. I said, I'm working to make one more sale so I can pay for it. I said, I'm doing what I can do. I said, there's nothing I can do. I will run out of money at $2,800 a month. There's no doubt about it. That's what Obama's done to us. All right, one more time. Nancy Pelosi, a while back when Donald Trump announced he was running, this is the great Nancy Pelosi.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States.
Really?
Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted.
That was the key.
He's not going to be president of the United States.
Nancy, right again. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. These people are crazy. They're literally crazy. The people dancing down the Trump, they literally, mental illness. I saw it on display, and we honoring mental illness. Mental illness, something that's serious. We got it on display, and we praising it and moving it on. Obama's, one of his triumphs is changing the definition of marriage. Boy, that Obama, that was godly. One of his accomplishments, men go in the women's bathroom if they feel like it that day. Gee whiz. By the way, I got a picture. I should have put it up on Facebook, too. Picture of John Alario, John Bell Edwards, and the Pope. What do you think those three guys were talking about? I mean, what do you think the three liberals were talking about? I'm just kind of curious. The Pope, John Bell Edwards, and John Alario. Maybe they're asking for a special prayer that we can raise some more taxes on people and hurt them even more. It's amazing to watch. But anyway, that was out there. John Alario getting a free trip on us. I just cannot believe he's paying one penny for that. But he gets a picture with the Pope. Then he's going to come back here and knife the people in Louisiana. That's amazing, isn't it? Golly. I just shake my head when I saw the pictures. I thought they really think this is neat. And it's not. Not at all. I don't know if y'all saw this. Now, folks, this is, I hope that Donald Trump, President-elect Trump, and this is just me, I hope he throws CNN out. Totally out. I mean this. Totally out of the press room. Do you see what CNN did? If you haven't seen this, folks, go to drudgereport.com. This is the kind of stuff that's sick from the press. CNN. If Trump is killed during the inauguration, Obama appointee would be president. Network slammed for encouraging violence with a bizarre report. CNN being criticized for a report which revealed that an Obama appointee would become president if Donald Trump was killed during an attack on the inauguration tomorrow. Now, what if I read this? CNN has been criticized for an Anna report which revealed that a Bush appointee would become president if Obama was killed during an attack on the inauguration tomorrow. What do you think they would do? How much nutting up would they be? How much nutting up would they be? But yet CNN ran this. entitled disaster could put Obama's cabinet member in the Oval Office. They have left nothing unturned for trying to stop Trump. And it's almost like, let me give y'all, it's like CNN has sent out the message, hey, here's one way that Trump won't be president. You got to kill him. And that's what CNN's saying. Apparently, there's a designated presidential successor, but not attend the inauguration in case something happened. I didn't have to know that. And they said it would be an Obama appointee. It was almost like they were excited about it. According to CNN, a designated presidential successor is likely to be Tom Shannon, Undersecretary of Political Affairs and Obama appointee. This is what they're writing about, folks. Now, I know they got a show out there, Designated Survivor, on a presidential deal, Brandon. But, Brandon, they're writing this stuff. Hey, guys, it's like he's not president yet. If one of you brave people would take him out when he's getting sworn in, we could have another president. What if they would have wrote this? And Obama was going to become the president. If it had said Fox has been criticized for a report which revealed that Bush appointee would become president if Barack Obama was killed during an attack on inauguration tomorrow, it'd be nothing up. Folks, we can never let the left win in this country again. They're crazy. They're mentally deranged. They really are. This is what CNN did. They'll tell you, it was no big deal. It was just letting people know. No, maybe they are. Maybe they're sending a message. If I was Donald Trump, CNN would never be welcome, ever welcome in the press room, ever. Let them file a charge. Let them go to whatever they want to do. Let them go. By the way, LGBT queer dance party outside the Pence home. Promoting mental illness. Let's go to Ron in Pineville. How you doing, Ron? Ron, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Brandon?
No, this is Moon. You're on the show. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'd like to, two things briefly. I've heard because I'm blind, but I've heard on the computer about this deal where they're going to try to create gas people, and they're going to try to block the entrances to Washington. And another thing is, I'm totally blind and I'm a musician, and I'd love to do a concert to raise money for your daughter and other special needs children.
No, I tell you what. First of all, thank you. That is awful kind of you. I would rather you raise money for the other people. I really would. I've been blessed enough to take care of a lot of things, and God's been good to me. But that is really kind of you, and thank you so much. But yeah, we can do anything for other people. They got an options program at St. Thomas More. That'd be a great place to raise some money. That's a lot of people need some help, and a lot of good people. Let me go, Ron. We'll get together. Thank you. God bless you, brother. We got to take a break. We got to go. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. With us, 844-766-6607. Hickson has it hotline. And by the way, I got another piece from Miss Kennedy of Fox Business News. Before we get there, let me get Robert in Texas. Robert, how you doing?
How you doing, Moon?
Fine, sir.
I appreciate everything you do, and I love listening to you. I listen to you every day, and all the people that's calling in that don't want to go to the go to Trump's inauguration. They just need to stay home because we don't need any negativity. We just need all positive. And there again, glad I got to talk to you. I listen
by the
to
way,
you every day. And,
but thank you, Robert. By the way, it's up to 65 now of Democrats who aren't going. My deal is, why don't none of them go? Wouldn't it be great to have no Democrat congressman there? I think it'd be awesome. Don't go, none of them. Join together. Man, nut up with the rest of them. Anyway, Robert, thanks for the call. All right, here's Miss Kennedy, Fox Business. Folks, listen to this because she really has fun with John Lewis and these people who are not going to the inauguration. This is so funny.
At least 4 dozen silly, childish Democrats are going to stay home this Friday because they've given in to the fallacy that somehow abstaining from a peaceful transfer of presidential power is standing with ruffled Representative John Lewis. Congressman Lewis is taking an unprecedented stand himself against the president-elect, who mischaracterized his home district as falling apart and crime-infested. Lewis has never, ever missed out on an inauguration, ever. Just ask him.
I don't plan to attend the inauguration. It would be the first one that I miss since I've been in the Congress.
First one, huh? The civil rights icon has no trouble recalling traumatic events of his storied youth, particularly when he's trying to inflict political damage on foes like Jeff Sessions. But maybe that early onset dementia is eroding his faculties, since he can't seem to remember that in 2001, he also skipped the inauguration because, you guessed it, he thought George W. Bush was illegitimately elected. The congressman has no qualms about labeling these bastard presidencies. He obviously hates the Electoral College, but our elections are laid out in the Constitution. Is that a bastard document? This toxic groupthink has infected a number of feeble Democrats who are using the faultiest logic to justify their flimsy decisions to skip town on the 20th. California Congressboy Ted Lieu stated, quote, "For me, the personal decision not to attend the inauguration is quite simple. Do I stand with Donald Trump or do I stand with John Lewis? I am standing with John Lewis." How about standing for your constituents, Ted, you jelly-spined, baby lotion soft crap sack? Progressive Democrats are not only doing a disservice by shirking their jobs and good citizenship, they're also blowing a great opportunity to be natural blowhards and get their positions out to the international press, who will be flocking to D.C. like corpse-hungry vultures. These hypocrites would be birthing Satan's kittens if the situation were in reverse and Donald Trump had won the popular vote and called for a boycott. And can you imagine if 4 dozen Republican lawmakers had blown off President Obama's first inauguration in 2009? The press and establishment would have gone mad and painted the White House red with Republican blood. Now, I don't want to hear any of these partisan hack whores complaining about division when they had every opportunity to rise above the noise and rhetoric of the damaged political chasm. You people stand for nothing. Now go sit down on your snowflakey candied rumps and stew in your sea of shame.
Golly. Woo. And the good thing about it is she wasn't wrong about one thing she said. And John Lewis didn't show up for that one. And he told us the first one I've ever skipped. Just lie. That's what left. Tell you something. People on the left, they lie. They like to lie. That's all they do is lie. The truth is a lie. The whole thing is a lie to the left. And people vote for that. They put another lie saying that Obama has a 60% approval rating. That's what we're going to believe. Polls coming out of CNN and the Washington Post. They were right on the money for the election, weren't they? It's amazing. But, hey, I'm telling you, I wish all the Democrats would decide not to go, including Obama. Just tell them to go. Y'all go have a party. Go have a good time. Okay? Just go. I mean, go. Get the boop out of there. It's fine. It's okay with me. Okay? Less than 24 hours and 30 minutes. 24 hours and 30 minutes. Wow. CNN egging somebody on to blow them up. That's CNN, the crap news network. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. A little funk on the Moon Griffon Show. Hi, hello. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. So U.S. scientists officially declare 2016 the hottest year on record and makes 3 in a row. That's crazy. That's just flat out crazy. Let them keep declaring it so we can spend all of our tax dollars and don't drive cars and gas-guzzling trucks anymore. The record comes 2 days before Donald Trump, who has tweeted global warming is a hoax. I hope he keeps tweeting that out. Assumes the presidency and it control over the 2 science agencies that announced these records. Yes. Then we might get, all he's got to say is, I want some honesty, get rid of the nuts that's been doing this and find some honesty. Scott Pruitt, Trump's controversial nominee for Environmental Protection Agency. Brandon, what makes him controversial? Nothing. They make him controversial in the press. Why? You ready? Pruitt has previously written that the debate over climate change is far from settled, and that makes him controversial. He's not controversial. Gee whiz. It's climate change is a joke, folks. I just wish people would. I mean, I hope Trump changes the people and change these nutted up scientists out of this crazy stuff. Jonathan Overpeck, climate scientist at the University of Arizona, said they're teaching all these kids in school. These young millennials believe this crap. Climate change is real. It's caused by humans, and it's serious. It's serious. Really? How serious is it? Feds claim it's hotter. By the way, Alaska, minus 50 degrees right now, Brandon. Brandon, you heard me, minus 50 degrees. Does that sound overly hot to you? I'm just kind of curious, folks, if y'all think that's overly hot. Mark in Lake Charles. How you doing, Mark?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to make a statement about Mr. Lewis.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty hypocritical on his part if he's questioning the legitimacy of President Trump's election with implying about the involvement of Russia. What about when I think it was Debbie Wasserman, the head of the Democratic Party, they found those emails where they were rigging the nomination for Hillary against Bernie Sanders.
Yep. Oh, ain't no doubt.
That was pretty hypocritical for him to be questioning that, the legitimacy and talking about rigging and stuff, All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Matter of fact, he makes a great point. By the way, somebody sent this to me, Brandon, and it's a song, and it really needs to be played tomorrow for Donald Trump in his inauguration. We thought we'd give you a little play. We play it again tomorrow, Brandon. And this is a good theme song for Donald Trump and the people that realize where this country was headed. And can we change it around? Hit it.
I can see clearly now the rain. I can see all obstacles in my way.
I'm not going to sing.
Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone.
Nutting up.
And all of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Hup. Brandon, that's pretty good. You gotta admit that.
There's nothing but blue sky.
Only on the Moon Griffon show.
Look straight ahead, nothing but blue sky.
Sing it, Leroy. See clearly now, Obama's gone. I can see clearly now, Obama's gone, and Mary Landrieu's gone too. Sunshiny day. We don't have bananas Foster. Never mind, let me stop. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. Maria in New Iberia. Maria, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. I have a question for you. Do you believe in objective truth?
Do I believe in objective truth? Where are you going with that?
Correct.
Where are you going with that?
Well, I'm asking you if you believe in objective truth. Since you're a conservative, as I am, you should believe in objective truth, correct? That there is truth in something. Not everything is about opinion, and not everything is biased.
I would say you're correct on everything, but one little caveat there: everything becomes political, and that's what I get mad at. Everything becomes political.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can make everything political, or you cannot. I am choosing not to. Though I do choose to believe in some hard facts, and because it is verifiable truth. There is truth to fact. Therefore, the open disbelief in climate change is a contradiction of fact and a contradiction of truth. And you saying it is a laughing matter and disregarding people who
listen, Maria. They've been proven to be liars. The whole thing is a farce. It's based off a computer model. There's no truth to it. There was never no truth to it. This is all about bringing down America and the things we believe in and do. There's no truth to this. This is a joke. This has been a joke since day. If you want to believe that stuff, you could believe it. You should believe it. That's fine. But I got to tell you, I will never believe that. There's not even any, you can't, that was nice for you to set that up, but you didn't bring any information here. You didn't bring any truth here.
Okay. Do you need me to send you?
No. Please don't. Please don't. I read that stuff and laugh at it all the time. Please don't send me anything else. Please don't send me nothing else. I've read enough stuff on that to make me throw up.
You are misguided, and I wish you wouldn't disregard and just laugh at people like that. That is just what the left does. Saying, "Oh, these people are ignorant." You can't
prove anything that you're trying to find out. You read some articles, you delved into something that's not there. You can believe that all you want to. The planet probably is. In fact, there's information to prove the planet has been cooling now for about 10 or 15 years. Nothing, no man-made global warming. You mean to tell me I'm gonna sit here and believe that if I would change my lifestyle? These nutted up people believe that we could stop hurricanes that are not even started in the United States of America. They started somewhere out in the ocean. Because of what we do here, we're causing hurricanes to come on top of us or big storms. We're causing that. I got a big problem with that. And there's no science to ever prove something like that.
Yes, there is science to prove that. And it's not completely man-made global warming. You are outdated in your information.
The man-made, what I'm looking at is, make sure we're on the same page. All I'm talking about is man-made global warming, which if you go down to a place and everybody puts a lot of cement, like John Ilario's done in New Orleans, it probably gets hot on the cement. But you can't tell me we got hurricanes that come through and people in that movement go, see, if we would change things, and I could play recordings for you of people in the press saying, see, we can stop things like this hurricane. We can't stop them. We can't stop tornadoes. We can't stop hurricanes. It has nothing to do with the climate. We've had hurricanes and tornadoes since time began. And we always had a colder time. Sometimes it's colder, sometimes it's warmer, sometimes it's hot, that's called weather. We do have climate change, I agree with you, but it's climate change because it changes all the time. It's not man-made global warming causing this. We have nothing to do with it.
Can you listen? We are contributing to the acceleration of the natural course of climate change.
How?
Okay?
How am I doing that? How am I doing that? Tell me, because I want to know.
Okay, so for example, where Baton Rouge is built, they destroyed many of the natural, the Mississippi comes down, so many of the natural resources and the rebuilding process that nature has. No, Maria, I agree with you. I think man has done some things, like we diverted the Mississippi River, which has caused our problem on the coast. Listen, I'm not arguing with you on those type things. Now, I agree with you. I'm saying man-made global warming is not going to stop a tornado or a hurricane. We're not going to stop that. The floods that happen in Baton Rouge,
Absolutely, we had floods, and a lot of that was because the diversions were messed up and man tinkered with it. I'm not arguing with that. I promise you, I'm with you on that. But don't tell me that man-made global warming causes hurricanes and tornadoes and changing the weather. We got to worry about the ocean coming up and swamping us. I believe that is so far-fetched it's not funny. But what you're talking about, that, we're on the same page. Man's done some things, no doubt about it.
What I think you should do as a recommendation, you come out very aggressive and attacking, and instead of trying to bring truth, which is, I'm assuming we're on the same page. That's why you're on the radio, because you got tired of hearing lies, right?
Absolutely, and I'm still hearing them.
So I think a way to do it would be to be more balanced in your approach in saying, we contribute in these ways, instead of just saying, this is all false.
Hold up. First of all,
ridiculous.
Maria, what you're talking about, I've said on the program many a time. Brandon said here, and he can vouch for it. I said man has contributed to stuff. The way we do drainage systems, the way some of this stuff is forced flooding, things like that. But what I'm talking about is a craziness to think that we're going to do something in the United States of America where there's not going to be another hurricane formed in the ocean to come toward our way. That is scientific, total 100% ignorance. I'm sorry, that is. There's no common sense in it. There's nothing out there to prove that. What you're talking about, and I've talked about many times, I've had people on the program because of the way we've ran a particular ditch or system with concrete, and the floods are supposed to do this, and they did the opposite. Oh, that is man. But we didn't cause the rain to fall on us or stay on us. No, we did not.
Well, I just would appreciate if your approach, because there are a few radio stations that, there's two extremes, and by
I'm not trying to be extreme at all, but I can't handle. When I read this stuff that I read, there's so much ignorance. I can't handle it. What you're talking about, me and you could sit down and agree. They don't change the diversion of the Mississippi River. We don't even have any problems out on the coast. The diversion hurt that. That was man-made. That was 100% man-made. But what I'm talking about, I think, is a little bit on the extreme side that I get mad at. It's not what you're talking about. I got to go, Maria. God bless you, and thank you very much. I think some of the points you make are very good. I'm just talking about the extreme stuff that Moon's going to do something to stop hurricanes from forming in the Atlantic. It ain't happening. We got to take a break. Thank you, ma'am. Am I extreme on anything? Nah, nothing. Well, maybe on a few things. All right, we got to take a break. You're listening to the Moon Griffon. Thank you, Maria. We'll do it again. By the way, Brandon, haven't I said we did some things, man? Yes. We changed? All right, well. Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. I'm going to have to take Miss Maddie to Shucks this weekend. She's been on me. Hadn't been in about 3 weeks. I mean, at least maybe about 3 weeks. And, man, I just think about that, all that succulent seafood, great Cajun cuisine, great atmosphere. All I got to do is call Kathy and Kim. They'll pay for it. I'm joking. But Shucks is a great place to go. And you people that are coming from out of town, almost every time I go there, I meet somebody that doesn't even live in the Acadiana area, Vermilion Parish area, Lafayette area, in Shucks. Somebody around the state of Louisiana. And I'm telling you, David and Bert appreciate it. And they'll make sure they take care of you. They do such a wonderful job. Their oysters are awesome, second to none. If you like char-grilled oysters, you're really in for a treat. But everything's a treat at Shucks because the food is so good. It's delicious. Take the time to go to Abbeville, make the short drive on Johnson Street. Just go to the end of Johnson Street on 167, and there's Shucks right there to your right. You're going to enjoy the atmosphere as much as the food. Hey, atmosphere and food, atmosphere. A couple of nice friends, and you can have your good time. Shucks is always happening at Shucks. I do have some ugly people go with me every now and then, but anyway, that's beside the point. By the way, one other thing. On Lou Dobbs, David Horowitz. Okay. Trump will undo 200 Obama executive orders. He's going to undo 200. He's going to take care of the borders. Unravel Obamacare. The big agenda President Trump's plan to save America, released just this week, reveals Trump's first 100 days. They were good at 100-day crap. Strategy to roll back Obama's legislative and executive orders. if Chucky Schumer tries too much, I forgot to ask Kennedy if he met old Chucky boy. If Chuck Schumer tries this too much, he's going to get 1 million tweets. Do you doubt that? Do you doubt that they will be tweeted? All righty, let's go to Joy in Abbeville, my good friend Joy, who probably ate at Shucks before.
I was actually there this past Friday evening visiting with Bert and David. Actually, David. Bert was, I don't know where Bert was at, but I asked David that. I said, David, what percentage of the folks right here, right now, are from Abbeville? Oh, probably 2 or 3%. The rest of them are from all over the country.
Wow.
And anyway, David and Bert are some good guys.
Oh, no, man. They
right.
If you can't have a good time there,
you can't have a good time.
You can't have a good time because it's a good time before you eat. Once you eat, then you really get satisfied. But a lot of fun there. A lot of fun at Shucks.
I had the grilled oysters. They were awesome.
Hey, Brandon doesn't eat oysters or spinach. They combined them and char-grilled one for him, and Brandon ate
Delicious.
2 or 3 of them. And look, everybody, I know y'all think sometimes you get on your boy Moon got the bull in him, and I do. But Brandon will tell you that he ate the oysters, that he said, I don't eat oysters. Let me try one. He tried one, then he ate 2 of them. So.
And the candied ones are the best.
Yeah, so he jumped on another one. I thought, man, I wish I'd have never put him on him. He's going to eat all my oysters.
Hey, you're going to get him hooked.
Too late. And they still have the best stuffed flounder anywhere. I got to say that too.
Oh my God, yeah, Brandon, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you go to Mexico, you can buy every bottle of Freon that we used to be able to get for cheap. You can still buy it in Mexico. So this global warming BS is all about revenue, my friend.
Yeah.
It ain't about anything to do with us causing the temperature to rise or fall. The good Lord controls that. But you can go to Mexico and still buy that, what is it, R20?
Yeah, it was Freon that they got rid of in the vehicles and rid of it in the refrigerators and freezers and things of that nature. So they ship somewhere else to use. It's still going in the same atmosphere.
Same thing. Although, when we're going to build that wall, Moon, that might stop it from coming out of Mexico.
Yeah. But you know what? You make a point. Let me ask you the question. You really think you and me, anybody in just the United States of America can do anything about stopping a hurricane or a tornado?
Negative.
Or rainstorm. Or how much rain? We had a lot of rain this year in Louisiana, and they got some people that really got hurt. In my area, Baton Rouge, Southeast Louisiana, and Monroe, Shreveport. I mean, a lot of places got hurt. But we may go a few years where people are going, man, I wish it would rain. This is ridiculous. By the way, 24 hours, 2 minutes and 34, presidential inauguration. Count it down, brother.
I bet there's some place you could ask them, was last year the coldest winter they ever had? And they would say, amen, yes, sir, it was. You'd never know, Moon. It's just the luck of the draw, and it's life.
And it might be the luck of the draw, and it might be bad.
That's it.
So,
hey, take care, brother.
All right, thank you so much.
All
right, one more real quick, and Brandon, we don't have much time. Cornelius, you got to go quick.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's the first time Cornelius never waited over an hour or two to get on the phone. I was shocked. Folks, I'm telling you, 24 hours, 1 minute and 59 seconds, 57, 55, 54. Y'all want to keep doing this the rest of the time? We can do it all day tomorrow. Do the countdown. Marxism has to die in this country. And people Trump and them to get to these universities, from climate change to all this other fake stuff they're pushing as well. All right, Brandon says we're done. That means it's open forum Friday tomorrow. And it's Inauguration Day. See you then.